Hey everyone, this is Carlos and Sandy Lee. Thank you so much for listening. We couldn't do this without the support of Ondium. It's a national, on-demand staffing platform for dental professionals.
You can earn PTO, you can get medical benefits, and you don't have to mess with those crazy 1099s. So check out Ondium in our link below. Oh, do you want to start the episode?
Yeah.
All right.
I can't see, dude. I feel like I'm going blind.
I got my bitching and moaning to do too, so we'll just...
All right.
We'll get all this out of the way first thing in the morning. Sorry, people. Here we go.
All right. Let me take these Harry Potter glasses off. All right. So, good morning. Episode 167? No, 177. What am I talking about?
I don't even know. 177.
It's episode 177. Okay.
And we're both just a mess today, I feel like.
Oh, yeah. No, well, dude, my allergies are absolutely kicking my ass. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to be an adult and just say the words.
Adults can cuss kids.
If my eyes look like I've been crying for the last 3 days, well, I have. No. This is just straight up allergies, dude. And
yeah.
I was like, my son was out, and I go, dude, please, I'll give you $20. Just stop somewhere and get some allergy eye drops. He goes, weren't you just out? I'm like, yes. That's why I'm annoyed that I didn't. I drove past maybe 3 drugstores and a supermarket where I could have just dipped in. And it felt like putting ice in a hot cup of coffee. You know what I mean? It just kind of, or maybe not. All right, maybe put ice like on a damn hot skillet like or something.
Bacon on a hot skillet.
There you go. I mean, it sizzled. It felt so good, you know? And, but I don't want to be doing drops every 20 minutes, you know what I mean? So I do it at night, you know, when I go to bed, because it's at that point, I can't even take it. But, so that's a thing. And, I've been using the CPAP like a good boy. And, dude, I'm sleeping so much better. Your boy has sleep apnea, right? And I've been so resistant to using the damn machine because it's a pain in the ass. You know what I mean?
It's obstructive. It's not sexy. That's the main concern there.
It's not cute, but you know what? I don't care anymore, dude. I'll be 53 this summer, and
you've been married for 30 years.
Yeah, I've been married for 30 years, and no one's looking at me sleeping, so I don't care. And it's a pain in the ass to travel with. But
you mean she doesn't sit there and go, oh, look at Carlos sleeping. Isn't that just an angel?
She's like, I don't even know you're there half the time. And I'm like, dude, that's amazing. You know?
Oh,
dude,
awesome.
I wake up like in the same position. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I don't get up to use it. I mean, it is crazy. My energy levels are great through the day. I don't feel sleepy or need to take naps or.
You don't show up late to the podcast recording.
I've halved my coffee intake. I still enjoy the taste.
Yeah, I do too. Oh.
But I don't drink nearly as much coffee as I used to. I don't need to. It's crazy.
My little sister started using one, and she's basically said the same things. Like, she goes, I used to sit down on the couch as soon as I got home from work, and I was out. Like, if you turn the TV on, I was out. She goes, now I'm not tired at all. I'm ready to go to bed at bedtime. And then she said she wakes up in the same position she was when she went to sleep.
Oh, dude.
Game changer.
And I know we talk about him a lot, but it's Elijah's fault that I'm compliant with my thing. Because he rode my behind about using it all the time. He's like, go get a test. And this is years ago.
Yeah. Keep it moving.
All right. Are you said you were complaining about something. What's going on?
I swear, so something is wrong with me. And I think we're the whole world knows it now.
Is that the confirmation you were waiting on? Yeah, we've been on that. Yeah.
Oh, thanks for that. That's perfect.
Anytime.
No, so yesterday, I went and did a dental screening at a kindergarten. Kindergarten screenings. They have me go and do dental so I can look at their teeth and stuff. So I had my coffee for breakfast. I had some cheese toast. And then I went home and I ate some. I got home a little bit after, like around 1 o'clock or something. And I ate like one little chicken strip that John made the other day, homemade, and some fries and some other potatoes. And then I felt like just so full. I was full. And then he grilled later on that night. We had a couple people over. So while he's grilling, I had a couple chips with salsa. And then I eat my meal. And then I feel so full. Like the entire time. I never felt like you know how you eat and then you feel like hungrier later. I never got to that point. Last night I couldn't sleep. I felt like I had something sitting on me. Like I just can't breathe. And now this morning I'm like, I can't breathe. Diagnose me, Dr. Carlos.
How you feeling now?
I still feel like I gotta take a deep breath to get air.
You got allergies?
No, John said the same thing. I don't know, like maybe I'm in allergy denial. Maybe.
What?
Allergy denial. My eyes, I mean,
if your eyes felt like mine, there's no denying it.
They're not. No, my eyes are fine. I feel like I haven't slept well in like probably the last 3 weeks or so. The night sweats are getting bad. Like, I mean, they're constant throughout the night. Yeah. I bought a different type of melatonin. I got some that it's a extended release. So I'm thinking I always wake up between 1:30 and 2 every single morning. There's nothing that happens. I just wake up. I'm sweating my little buns off, or my big buns off.
Whatever.
Yeah, and then so I got this extended release. I'm thinking so it'll get me to sleep and then it'll keep me asleep because it's like this, and then bam. No, I woke up at 1:30 just the same, and I'm like, maybe I need to get used to it or something. I don't know.
I'm probably the wrong person to ask, but there's got to be something that maybe you can sort of, track down instead of going from having that to not having. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you can step down or some sort of replacement or something.
I have no idea what you're saying.
Like hormones, dude.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when I told the doctor, his response was, get a bedside fan.
Wow.
That was literally what he said, and I was like, cool, thanks.
But then again, you don't want to introduce a bunch of, other chemicals and stuff into your body.
No,
and God knows what that's going to do. You know what I'm saying?
I asked him about natural remedies for it, and that's what he said, a bedside fan. However, I went and I've been having so many issues. My arms fall asleep while I'm sleeping because I'm a side sleeper, and then my plantar fasciitis. I feel like I'm like getting old because that's when you start talking about all your ailments.
Welcome.
So
Out
anyway,
of the blue, my left knee has been clicking and kind of hurts a little bit. And I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Mine sounds
like I didn't do anything. I didn't fall. I didn't run up anything. I didn't squat. I don't know what the hell. Just out of the blue. So welcome to the club, son. You wake up with random broken bones.
My knee has sounded like somebody's crunching on Kellogg's cornflakes for years. I think martial arts kind of ruined me. But if I go upstairs and it's real quiet, you can hear it. Yeah.
Dude.
So I went to the foot doctor. I went to the chiropractor. I'm going to all these doctors like a freaking old elderly woman here. Along those same lines, I'm sitting at work the other day, and I have pictures of Big Tuna on my wall and stuff like that. Well, one of my coworkers walks in, and she goes, "Oh, is that your grandson?"
Wow.
What? She knows that I don't have kids too, so I guess it was just a slip of the lip or something. I don't know. And I go, no, that's my nephew. Oh, he's so adorable. Yeah, he's cute. Bye.
I'm from Missouri, but I'm not that Missouri.
Maybe it's the sweater. Do you think it's a sweater?
It's totally the sweater. But I'll say this: I've known some young ass grandparents, in her defense.
Okay, fine, Carlos.
Not.
You're not supposed to defend her. You're supposed to be on my side. Damn it.
But I
You're supposed to say, "What is wrong with that biatch?
No,
you're like you look like you're 20."
I'm not saying that it's appropriate to dress someone like that. I'm just saying that I've personally known people that were like 38 and they were a grandma. You know what I mean?
I know technically I could be a grandma. I know technically I could.
I mean,
but
I am, and it's hard to believe.
To have somebody say that, and they knew they knew I didn't have kids, so I'm kind of like, how does that work?
Yeah, that was definitely a slip. Somebody foot firmly in the mouth. You know what I mean?
Maybe somebody paid her.
I don't think anybody cares.
I mean, I have wronged many people in my life. What'd you say?
Could she just be dumb?
No. I think somebody paid her to say it.
Okay. Well, I don't know who this person is.
I think somebody slipped her a 20 and she walked off and high-fived her.
Insulted someone.
And then, yay, you ruined Sandy's day. So we went out after work Thursday. We do this monthly now. Somebody picks a place. All the coworkers go out to dinner. So I kept saying, well, watch out for the fat grandma. Here I come.
Oh, man. That's hilarious. It's hilarious. She was probably like, oh, my God, what did I say?
She wasn't there. I don't know if I would have said it because I don't want her to feel bad.
No.
I forego my feelings so often for other people. And one of these days, I feel like I'm going to be on an episode of Snapped.
Right.
Where I just lose my mind.
Well, here's the thing. Since we're talking about Snapped, right? Yes. We have to talk about the benefits versus the consequences of acting on your feelings.
Yeah.
Right? Did we talk about Will Smith last time? No.
No, it didn't happen.
Because that was Sunday night, right?
Yep. Maybe I do have some allergy stuff. I got sniffles.
Give me allergies, bro. You know what I would do? I would probably take like a light dose of some damn
decongestant or something.
Yeah, maybe a little Benny, a little Benadryl or something, and see what happens. I bet you.
Benny is in Benjamin's. I could take a dose of that.
Give me a whole
like
stack.
12.
Full. No, dude. Here's another thing: the sleeping thing. Benadryl will, if you're not allergic to it, will control any symptoms of allergy type stuff, and make you sleepy as hell. So that might get you through the night. You know what I mean?
Maybe I'll try it.
And turn up the fan, or here's you're probably gonna have to. This summer's gonna suck. You're probably gonna have to just keep the house like 58 degrees, right?
Basically, all your
on, you know what I mean?
All your money is gonna go towards the electric bill. So good luck with that.
Or maybe throw. And I know I'm not trying to be funny, but maybe like a window unit in your sleeping area. You know what I'm saying?
Ugh.
To keep that area extra chilly in the house at a normal temperature.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I don't know. You have to figure out a system.
I'm in the basement right now, and it's cooler in the basement, and I'm still. I mean, the hot flashes are like you cannot get around them. You cannot. The only way I got around them was in winter. I stepped outside, and it was like literally in the teens and 20s, and I'm out there with a t-shirt, waving the cold air towards my face because I just can't get enough. Dude. Yeah, you're lucky you're a guy.
Now you know what it feels like to be a fat dude in Georgia in July.
All right, touche. Oh, damn. Okay. Yeah, right. Touche. Anyway, okay, so let's talk about this Will Smith thing. So I watched a YouTube video where a behavioral analyst that studies body language, he dissected the videos. And he basically came to the conclusion that it was not planned based off of their body language. Will just lost his mind for a minute. And I'll start with my opinion. It should have not happened. And I'm not on either side because here's the thing. Chris Rock, he's a comedian. And we've gotten to the point where everything is off limits. How are we ever going to have comedians if we can't joke about things and people let it slide off. And it really, if you think about it, it goes back to, me and the whole grandma / not being able to have kids. And I have to deal with conversations all the time that revolve around babies, birthing, breastfeeding, all of these things. And I have to swallow it all because I'm a rational person. And that's why I say one day I might snap. And maybe that's what happened with Will Smith. Maybe Jada had been through so much with because the alopecia thing. And here's the other thing. Will Smith was laughing at the joke.
Exactly.
He was laughing, and pretty good laughter. The behavioral analyst said that
as far as jokes go, I'm sorry. As far as jokes go, that was mild.
Oh yeah. I don't think it was extreme by any means, but the behavioral analyst was saying that they're on the front row. They know that they're being recorded, and immediately when a joke is told, he was saying that they probably feel like you have to give the complimentary laugh because you're on video. But that wasn't a complimentary laugh. He laughed for a little while. Like Jada, she heard it, she went, and then she was like, oh, wait a minute. And then she was like, not again.
It wasn't a fantastic joke.
No.
I think it goes deeper than that. I'll give you my analysis as soon as you're done.
Who knows what G.I. Jane is anymore? I mean, that was
25 years ago.
Yes.
25 years ago. I looked it up.
Yeah.
97.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I went into the military for 3 weeks. But anyway.
Did you really?
Yeah, we talked about this.
I don't remember this conversation.
Yeah, I was in the Army for 3 weeks. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
I do not remember this conversation, dude. Are you sure we talked about this? I don't remember this.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm not like...
You're not super proud of it?
I mean, it's one of those
you want to talk about it off air?
Neutral things in my life.
I need details.
No, I'll give you real quick details. So I was married when I was 18, real young. When I first, I watched G.I. Jane with my boyfriend at the time. And I was like, oh, I think I want to go into the Army. Because I was, me, I wanted to be a mercenary. I did martial arts. I'm not lying about wanting to be a mercenary. That was like literally what I wanted to do for
That's
good,
what makes it kind of funny, 'cause
I
it's
wanted
not a
to be,
joke, you know what I mean?
maybe mercenary is not the word. I wanted to be...
kick ass for a good cause, I guess is what I'm trying
Exactly.
Okay,
so when
it.
I saw G.I. Jane, it really inspired me. And I was like, I could do that. So I went into the Army. We got married like 4 days before I left. So because of the name change, like they didn't have any of my my BDUs, my Army camo and all that stuff was all under the other name. So I guess that's why they put me in a holdover unit, which is you're trying to get things figured out before you go to basic training. So I'm there for like a week. They literally have a big black garbage bag, 55-gallon garbage bag. They hand it to us and said, fill this with clover blossoms. So we go outside Fort Jackson, South Carolina, in our full like camo. We're sitting in the grass pulling clover blossoms and putting them in a...
busy work. That's just so you don't sleep all day.
It's just busy work. Yes. So we did that for a week straight, and I think I just lost my freaking mind. I was just, I cannot do this anymore. And I was homesick, and I just got married. Like, all of these things. At any rate, they were going to, it was a characterized discharge. So it wasn't honorable. It wasn't dishonorable. It was basically like, this just didn't work out for you or us. You can go. But it took another 2 weeks for them to process all that. So I was there for 3 weeks, picking clover blossoms. We mowed the lawn literally every day. The grass was turning brown. Ugh, it was crazy.
Yeah. Wow, that's an interesting story. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I was young and dumb and... No, I wouldn't change any of my experiences for anything. Maybe that one, because like that didn't do anything for me.
Right.
You know, it wasn't like it built
you learned that
character
maybe this ain't for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway.
Oh, but did you think they were going to put a machine gun in your hand like the first couple days?
No, I thought I was going to go to basic training.
If you had been going to that, it would have been a different story.
Absolutely. I was, you know, young and healthy, and I liked that kind of stuff. I would have done well.
Sure.
But they kept me in this unit where, you know, and then people were not nice. Like, I'm not talking about drill sergeants. I get that they have to be, like, as crazy as they are. But, like, the other girls that it was, I feel like if I had been in a unit with guys, almost like G.I. Jane, I would have been fine. It was just, you know, the cattiness back and forth. Like, it was just dumb.
Yeah, anyway. Maybe. I don't know.
But end result is, I don't
saying.
think I would be here now doing what I'm doing, being who I'm being, if I had been in the military long term.
Yeah. I mean, it worked out the way it needed to work out. So, what were we talking about
G.I.
before
Jane.
we went down that road?
How old G.I. Jane was. You said 1997, and that's the year I graduated high school. So,
okay.
Off to the military. It's when Chris Rock told that joke, it was kind of like, you know, did everybody get it? Of course, you know, a lot of people did, but like the younger generation, did they get it? I don't know. At any rate, so when the joke was told, Jada...
Though.
What?
The movie was badass.
Yeah, I liked it. Obviously. Will was laughing his little buns off right then and there. Ha! Get it, Jen! Oh, crap. She's not happy. Mm-hmm. I better do something. He had from here to here the stage right in front of Chris Rock to think about what he was doing. So it was an emotional decision. Yeah. And I feel like he felt like once he was there was no turning back. Once people saw him going up there, he was like, well, now I got to do something. Open-handed slap.
He could have just pretended to wrestle with him, like, hey, you know, don't tease my wife. You know, she's got this, and go sit back. No one would have said anything if they were pretending. But the level of aggression, I think what sealed it was the profanity afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
I was just like, what the hell, man, you know?
Yeah, that was not the time nor the place, really. And Chris Rock is being paid to be there to make crack jokes about everybody who's there.
Exactly.
Just like in the past, just like in the future. Well, I don't know. Maybe jokes won't be allowed in the future. I don't know. But to me, it's like, you're an adult. You have to control your emotions. And I do it all the time. And on that venue, when people are looking up to you, everybody has considered Will Smith, as far as I know, to be a nice, wholesome person. He doesn't portray himself to be other than a good role model up to this point. And now it's kind of shattered. And they showed a video clip of him at some sort of foreign show. And, you know, in foreign countries, they'll kiss on the cheek or whatever. Well, this guy comes up and gives Will a hug and goes to, like, you know, kiss him or something. And Will he pushes him off and he kind of like slaps him on the cheek like, hey, what are you trying to kiss me on the lips?
I saw that. I think the guy was a little too forward. I mean,
he went a little too far.
I wouldn't try to do that. I would, you know, politely ask if I can take a picture or something like that. Yeah, I try to kiss him. You know what I mean?
That's probably why.
Whether it's your custom or not, it's still kind of too close is what I'm saying.
That's probably why we haven't heard about that until now. Because that was more of a reaction, like, whoa, dude, get away from me.
Yeah. I've seen it, and that was warranted. You know what I mean? I thought that was totally fine.
And he didn't, he just barely tapped him.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
This was not a tap. Not a love tap. Sorry, Chris Rock.
I think he'd been going through some stuff with his relationship, and you know, she put him through the ringer as far as, you know, stuff that they've been, you know, going on as far as an open marriage or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? This is probably
I don't know anything about all that
at this point, right? It's probably old hat at this point. But I'll say this, you know, my concern is, as a comedian, that I hope people don't think that this type of behavior is acceptable, to think that, hey, they said something I don't like, even though everyone else is laughing, I'm going to go do something about it. Because I'll tell you right now, if you come up on stage, I'm going to get in a defensive stance. And if it gets aggressive, it's not a good thing for it to happen. I don't care where you are or who you are. If you don't like what they're saying, first off, If you're that snowflakey or that tender, then don't go to a comedy show. One.
Yeah. Yeah.
And two, if you feel some kind of way, get up and leave. Maybe talk a little shit on the way out.
Right.
But keep your hands to yourself because that's assault at that point.
That's
and
a good
I'll say
point.
this. If I'm ever someplace and Will Smith wants to hit me, I will sue to death. You know what I mean?
If it's Will Smith, hell yeah. No.
Bro, please.
But
it's just unacceptable. You can't do that. What's wrong with you?
Right.
Then leave.
If Jada had gotten up and left, it would have been news also.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not as far-reaching as Will Smith getting up and slapping somebody, but had she gotten up and left after that joke, that would have sent a very nice message to Chris Rock that she felt it was over the line, or she felt it was, not. And I'm sure there's some sort of comedian
Why'd
code.
Why'd she leave? And then you can look into it afterwards. You know what I'm saying?
Right. There's something sort of like comedian code, I'm sure, that you don't joke about certain things.
Yeah.
Disabilities.
If you don't have
cancer,
it, you don't talk about it. Put it that way.
Yeah.
If you don't have cancer, you can't.
Right.
You know
right.
what I'm saying? But if you have it, you can joke about it. It is kind of like the rule.
Okay.
And two, if you see obviously someone, and then there's things that are just bad taste, making fun of mentally, handicapped folks or things that you can't control.
My nephew has alopecia. He's not completely bald, but I mean, he's got to deal with it. So
it looked like just a very short haircut to me. It didn't look like I didn't see any bald patches.
Oh yeah, I never saw Jada have any issues, but I don't know. Did she get like tattoos? Because you can do that. You can tattoo your head to look like you have some hair. So maybe she did that to hide it or something.
And here's the thing. I don't know what people have if they're sitting in the thing.
Right.
It wasn't a fantastic joke, and it was just something off the cuff.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It was like a throwaway comment. But
yeah,
I did a show April Fool's Day on Friday night, right?
Yeah.
I brought a guy named Nick Murphy to open for me, and
okay.
I like this kid. I call him a kid. He's 30, but he's
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I like his style. You know what I mean? He's just real conversational, and he kind of jabs, but it's like a soft jab at the audience. You know what I mean? He doesn't curse a whole lot, and he's really sarcastic and kind of funny, and I enjoy him. And, so, I got invited to go to this place, and so I called around, and I have a handful of guys that I work with, and one of my dudes was in L.A. doing some big things, and so I called him. I said, "Hey man, I'll give you X, Y, and Z to come over, and are you good?" He's like, "Yeah." So we've been in communications. Comes up and he tells this joke about going to the aquarium, and there's penguins there. The girl he was with wanted to see the penguins. He goes, and I don't like how they call penguins flightless birds, and because that's insulting, because they have wings, they just don't work the way they should, right? He goes, I don't call my cousin Eric, who's in a wheelchair, walkless Eric. You know what I mean? And
how did that go over?
He goes, we just call him walkless, right? And he goes, and before anybody gets mad, he goes, and I'm ruining the joke. He goes, he's seen the joke several times. My imaginary cousin that I just made up has seen the joke. So everybody relax. So it wasn't even real. So
yeah.
The point is that it's just the words that one uses. So he's not making fun. He's talking about Eric. He's not talking about everybody in a wheelchair. He's talking about specifically walkless Eric. And then he said something about he had an uncle, and it was like walkless Steve or something. And he goes, that's a different guy. And it made me laugh because it's such a stupid, concept. But it's a different way of looking at it. The point is, everybody had a great time. These are all adults. And I said something, I was attacking older guys, right? I go, did I go too far? Did I go too far? I go, if anybody feels like Will Smithing me, bring it on, because I'm armed. You know what I mean? And they laughed at that. And it was a great show. And it was people that know it's just jokes. But they came specifically. And like Ricky Gervais, have you seen him do his thing at the Oscars?
No.
Dude, you gotta look. I'll send you a clip. He talks
Okay.
about how everyone's. He goes. He talks about Epstein and how they're all friends with him and they're all probably pedophiles, and he's just going in on Hollywood. And he's like, "Listen, come up here. If you get called, come up here. Thank your God and your agent." And shut up, because your people you don't know anything about reality. You're in no position to preach to anybody about anything.
Oh, I did hear about that. Yeah,
And he's just going in on
he
them.
kind of went off.
And they're like, "Whoa, hey," But that's what they do. They shock. And Ricky Gervais called everybody a pedophile, and then you make one stupid haircut joke and you get smacked. That's not nice, bro.
Yeah.
That's not nice. Anyway, so don't do it. If you go to a show and you don't like it, just leave, and probably not gonna get your money back. But research your comedian before you go to a place.
Well, okay, so in their defense, and like I said, I'm kind of neutral about the whole thing, but in their defense, they were there for the Oscars, not for Chris Rock. You know what I mean? And it's not like they could have just skipped it because Will Smith was up for
an Oscar.
That's not how that works in Hollywood. However, they could have stood up and walked out.
Let me ask you this: were you gonna watch the Oscars anyway?
Me? No.
No, that's what I'm saying. Their attendance and their viewership has been tanking, and I'm not saying that this has got people talking about it and researching alopecia. So I guess that's good. I've been watching a lot of comedians on YouTube, and everyone's going in on it, and they were like, "That's unacceptable. You can't do that." And
Yeah,
and,
you mean in support of Chris Rock?
In support of Chris Rock, and they weren't as diplomatic or as polite as I was.
Next thing you know, people are getting shot for saying something, and it's unacceptable in that sense. Yes,
I've seen people at the club get into an argument with comics.
Yeah,
it happened the other night at the World Series. I think everyone's taking themselves a little bit too seriously. At the end of the day, he didn't call her a bad mother or something. You know what I mean? Yeah,
right.
No one could tell.
She's pretty hot.
That there was
either way,
I couldn't tell. And again, I'm not a hair doctor. I'm just saying, obviously, I'm not a hair doctor. But
yeah,
that being said, I don't go after people. I don't make fun of people. If you're sitting in the audience and you got like a sour face on, I don't like it. But I'm not going to bother you because you may have lost your brother earlier that day. Maybe you got a weird diagnosis. Maybe that pinky toenail finally fell off and you're not feeling great. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It could be 1,000,001 things going on. So
right.
What?
No, the pinky toe. Yeah, that could ruin your day.
Yeah, and now that's it. No more sandals for you all summer. You got
no more pedicures because they're gonna make fun of you.
Or you got to paint that little piece of skin. I don't know. Now you got decisions to make.
I bet people do that though. My sister, one of her toenails is messed up. I think it fell off finally. And I'll have to ask her, does she paint the skin there or not? Crap, now she's going to come up and slap me across the face too.
There you go. You had it coming.
So this was we hardly ever get controversial, and there's a reason, because we want everybody to feel comfortable listening. So we kind of shared some opinions that, I don't know, you may or may not agree with, and that's okay. Like, you can say this, you can say that. We're not going to come after you. So, it is what it is. If you don't like this episode, go to another one. We got 2 people.
Walk out.
Got up and walked out while they were listening to us at their house.
In their car. Don't do that.
I'm done with this.
Pull over first.
We had 2 people, actually. We got some feedback from listeners. One, the last episode she goes, your voices sounded weird. And so I went and looked, and I was like, oh, he sped it up, because you edit like that, you said. And then I guess you didn't put it back to normal speed. So we'll fix that, no big deal.
No,
and then
fixed.
Awesome, thank you. And then last night I got a Facebook message. Let me see if I can find it on here. He said it's the most interesting podcast. I was like,
who said
thank you.
Oh, that was the comment?
Yeah. Somebody, one of our listeners said that. I was like, oh,
thank
cool.
You.
And I said, well, if you're happy with it, leave a review, because we always love leaving reviews. Anyway.
No.
So I was like, that was good feedback. I liked that. Yeah.
So I needed that show on Friday night.
Yeah.
Because you know what's going on this Thursday coming up on the 7th.
No.
The lady called me again, right?
What lady?
The booker, the agent. I don't know who she is. You know, I think she works for a talent agency out of New York, maybe, or California. The point is, the lady I've been dealing with the contract to go to Vegas this week.
Oh, Vegas, yeah, with Jim Gaffigan.
Yes. So it started off. It was weird. She's like, "Listen, we hear you tell jokes. And then could you do 6 to 9 minutes or something like that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then so she asked me what I charged, and I told her. And then she's like, "Well, I only need you for like 6 to 9 minutes." And I was like, "She goes, this is what it pays." And I was like, "Who else is on the show?" And then she told me Jim Gaffigan. I was like, "Yeah, I'll do it, whatever, you know."
Yeah.
So, and then she calls me the other day. She's like, "Listen, we need like 12 to 15 because we were going to get a third comic, but figured, you guys got it. So Wayne Newton's going to go up. He's going to do some numbers, right? And then I go up. How crazy is that, dude?"
That is amazing.
And then, like, Friday, before I left for the show, she calls me again. She tried to call me Thursday night, and I think I was listening to the voicemail, and I accidentally called her, like, at midnight or something.
Oh, whoops.
You know what I mean? And I hung up real quick. And then I finally called her Friday afternoon, and I had to send an addendum thing because the flights are out of control as far as pricing. Point is, she goes, "All right, we got you down for 30. Are you cool with that?" And I'm like, 30 minutes?
They keep going up and up and up?
In front of Jim Gaffigan? The money's not going up, but that's totally okay because...
Right, it's Jim Gaffigan.
Because it's Jim Gaffigan. And
so make sure...
she goes...
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the part that tickled me. She goes, yeah, so she tells me Wayne is going to do some numbers, showgirls, the whole Vegas thing, right?
Yeah.
He goes, "Then you and Jim." I go, "Can you say that again?" She goes, "Then you and Jim." I'm like, I like the way that sounds. So anyway, I'm just kind of geeked up, and I'm super excited.
Yeah.
And I wrote.
You got to get
pictures.
Stuff. Get pictures with all these people.
No. Of course, dude. You know how crazy that's gonna be.
Yeah. Don't forget to talk about the podcast. In front of.
It's in the bio in the pamphlet, the description thing. So I put it in there for sure. Yeah.
Okay, well, say it again at the end. Hey, Jim, go check out our podcast, buddy.
I cannot wait.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
it really will. We probably need to shut it down, but we've got the dental festival coming up. You're moderating the panel. And then I'm a speaking about public health. So that'll be awesome. The dental festival. I'm sure Elijah's going to give us a code. And once we have that, we'll share it with everybody. Oh, I was going to say, well, you know how I had a hernia before my surgery and they fixed it? Mm-hmm. It's back.
Shut up.
Yeah. And now it's like painful. And I'm like, I'm probably going to have another surgery. And I don't have any PTO. This year is not starting off fantastic. Kind of ticks me off. Yeah, and then I can't breathe. My arms fall asleep. My feet hurt. I'm an old grandma. Fat grandma.
Falling apart, man. Here's the thing. What a lot of young people don't realize is that everybody gets something. One of my favorite comics is this guy named Mike Speenberg, one of the first comedians that I saw at the Punchline. Mm-hmm. Mike Speenberg. Look him up. Funny dude, right? And he said, everybody gets something, dude. Because you got a bad back, guy next door, brain cancer. So, stretch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I feel everyone gets something.
Oh, shoot.
What'd you do?
I just spilled hot coffee on me. Everybody gets something. Damn.
Some of us sip like adults. Some of us spill coffee.
Well, I thought it was like emptier, and I swirled it to kind of mix it, and it splashed right on me. I'm a doofus.
The coffee cups, right?
Yeah.
You got yours.
We need to actually like start making these. We talked about it. I actually put a little video saying we were, having tumblers come soon, that kind of thing. We need to actually do some merch. Why don't you guys tell us if we made some sort of merchandise, would you be interested? T-shirts, hoodies, tumblers, But anyway, if you're interested in anything like that, I'm just curious if you'd like something. Yeah.
I think people maybe not want to listen; they want to support, and we got to give them something to help us, support, help support them, help support us,
help us support us, help you support us, help us support you. Yes.
Yeah, all that, and then some. All right, well, it's Sunday, so let's wrap it up.
Yes.
Wrap it and
wrap it up.
Yeah.
Oof, I gotta go. I guess eat breakfast or something because fat grandma needs something in her stomach. Anyway, so episode 177. Thanks for listening. Go find us on all our social medias. We got the TikTok going. I'll post all sorts of stuff, snippets from the shows, and then some random weird things that I think are funny. So go
should
check
have some
us
cool
out.
pictures next weekend, though.
Oh yeah, can't wait to put that stuff up, and then sound bites if you can.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Go floss yourselves.
Yep, go floss yourselves. We'll see you next time.